Report indicating some of her supporters may be jumping ship in favor of a Joe Biden run. They are quoted in the Wall Street Journal saying instead of being ready for Hillary, we're waiting for Joe. Let's talk about it now with Susan Estrich, USC professor of law and political science and a Fox News contributor. Always good to see you, Susan.
Good to see you, Art.
Thank you. So if some of these donors are defecting, to what extent is this happening, Susan?
Oh, I think we're hearing about it and reading about it because everybody thinks right now, or everybody inside the little chattering class club, that Hillary's campaign has stumbled. You know, the numbers have dropped. She has clearly not handled this email controversy very well. And so you're hearing all kinds of chatter. And among the chatter you're hearing is, look, some of these donors are moving. If that was all that was happening, if the only thing going on was some donors moving to maybe get a better place in the food line, and maybe because they're old-time Biden supporters, we wouldn't be talking about it. But it's kind of a sign that, you know, the campaign is stumbling in spring training.
So if some of these donors, Susan, are waiting to put their money on Vice President Biden should he run, and there are some reports saying that the VP might make a major announcement that he's in this coming week. We're not sure. But could this support actually nudge the VP into actually definitely getting into the race?
I hope not. I mean, deciding whether or not you should run for president should be based on more than the support and who calls you, you know, the weekend before. I will never forget, as a total newbie in politics, I was practically a teenager, in Senator Kennedy's office, seeing this long line of people coming to him in 1979 saying, you know, you run for president, we'll be with you. And I tell you, the day after he announced, 3/4 of them had headed for the hills. So I hope Joe Biden, and I think has been around long enough to know that you don't count on the people, you know, who come or won't come. You got to decide in your own heart of hearts.
Absolutely.
Whether you're up to the challenge, whether you want it that badly, whether it's right for you and your family.
Yeah, that's a good point. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton, she's still the Democratic front runner. You know, listen, and you well know, Susan, that Hillary has faced scandals and controversy before, and she rose up like a phoenix out of the ashes. Is this all premature? I mean, the election is still more than a year away. Can Hillary Clinton be counted out at this point?
No, of course not. There's lots of reasons she's still the front runner, and she's still the only candidate most people can even imagine as president of the United States. And you know, her campaigns seem to have this pattern of they have these rocky periods, and then generally you see women coming back to her and lots of liberals coming back to her and saying, hey, wait a minute, we didn't actually mean to, you know, destroy your candidacy. So I think there are lots of good reasons that Hillary is still the front runner. And the only message here, and I think it's probably a message that's come through loud and clear, is that when you have incidents like this, you got to stand up and take responsibility, even if as a legal matter you may not be legally responsible. Still, we're in the political season, and what matters is, if you dare me, looking honest, seeming authentic, seeming trustworthy, and that's what's gotten lost a little bit in this email scandal. But luckily, as I say, it's spring training. Most people aren't paying attention, and Hillary's got lots of time to make it back.
A lot of people are paying attention, I think, because, again, not endorsing Mr. Trump, but he's brought a lot of excitement to this race.
That's true.
And people are paying attention early on. Pardon me, I want to say before we go that so far Hillary Clinton's campaign has raised $100.6 million in total fundraising, and she has $32 million in cash on hand. So this, you know, being fair across the board.